is up, beautiful people internet? I'm Wesley.
I'm Steph.
So Wes and
Steph.
And today, guys, we got a great, happy day. We are reacting to the military discharges of RM and V, and then also JK and Jimin. Dude, when it rains, it pours.
When you were scrolling and setting up the video, I saw a comment that said, it feels like we're finally living in the present.
Yes.
And I was like, yes, that articulates us so well. Because for so long, we've just been watching like past content.
Yes.
Past content.
Yes.
Past content.
And thankfully, like, Jin especially has held it down for so long.
Has.
And then J-Hope was holding it down for so long also.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it's suddenly like, boom, now 4 more members.
I know. And then next week, we get Suga back.
Suga's next week?
Like either next week or the week after.
Okay.
Very soon. And then they're going to all be back.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
All right, let's
Damn,
go.
when it rains, it waterfalls. That's nuts. Saxophone. Saxophone. Also, the translation and the subtitles are probably going to be hinky, guys. It's auto. But we didn't want to wait.
He's like, I'm going to play music on my own ceremony. He takes the flowers from both of us.
Double fisting flowers. It's also extra sick.
This is gonna be so surreal. He's like, here you
I
go.
feel like it's got to be most surreal for V out of everybody. RM has gotten like
He's hiding.
It's been cool seeing his playing.
Yeah.
Because like legitimately, it's been a time capsule of a training arc.
Yeah.
Like he's gotten better at
Really
saxophone
good.
over this time period. He nailed it. Look how many army.
That's
crazy.
Oh, I'm so happy. They seem happy. They
seem
look
hyped.
joyful and hyped. They look strong too. Yeah.
RM was lifting before he went in army, remember? So I bet he kept it up.
Aww.
He looks tall.
Yeah.
What?
Did he grow?
Growth spurt?
Aww.
I thought V would get the purple ones, didn't you?
I thought they'd both get purple. Aww. I bet it's also a feeling of relief to see that like Army's waiting.
Yeah.
Army has not forgotten.
Or just like, because they haven't had a chance to connect, right?
Yeah. Arm still has such Arm's personality of like, okay.
Let's go. I wonder what's going through their heads right now. Like, I wonder if they're even like thinking about anything, or if they're just getting that buzzy feeling from a big significant life event.
Yeah. Like it all passed by in a blur.
Or if they're just like, whoa, army, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder if it, for them, it almost felt like while they were in military. Yeah, whoa, did you see RM's
Yeah.
face?
It's like very surreal, I bet.
I wonder if for them, they sometimes were like, I'm a K-pop star. Do you think while they're like in service, do you think they're ever like laying in their bunk and they're like, I'm a world-renowned K-pop star? Because it wouldn't feel like it.
Was I at a fever dream?
You know, because I guess I bet that their service mates would come up to them sometimes and talk to them about it. So maybe it didn't feel that, but like, for all intents and purposes, it's not like you were living that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have not been a world-renowned K-pop star, but then other times I've been like, oh, I was a waiter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, I forgot I did that thing.
Even relatively short after I stopped doing whatever job or like being a college student or something. So I wonder if for them, because like it's such a different lifestyle, I wonder if they ever were like, was I really that? Did that really happen? You know what I mean? Have you ever done that?
Yes.
And then you come out and you're like, oh no, I was. Because it's like Army's there,
Yeah.
press is there.
What is this?
Oh, mics. Are they all just? Oh, it's all the media. So they're just holding.
Sorry if the audio is pinky.
노력한 15사단 근무근무대 군악대수도 병장 담당주입니다. 반갑습니다.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out.
Yeah.
So sorry how.
드디어 전역을 했는데 솔직히 저희가 지금 가장 짧은 또 군복무를 하고 있잖아요. 역대.
그렇습니다.
그래서 가장 짧은 군복무 하고 또 여건도 많이 좋아졌고 근데 이제 가서 이제 뒤늦은 나이에 가서 솔직히
There's some
괴롭고
weird
힘든 일도
subtitles, guys.
많았지만
Sorry.
저희가 활동할 동안에 많은 분들이 저희 대신 나라를 지켜주시고 있다는 걸 많이 느꼈던 것 같아요.
그렇습니다.
그래서 저희가 왕성하게 활동하는 동안 많은 분들이 또 전방과 또 후방에서
Yeah, I bet you get a new
나라를
appreciation.
지켜주시고
Yeah.
싸우셨기 때문에 저희가 왕성하게 활동할 수 있었다는 걸 다시 한번 느꼈고 그냥 사실 와서 이제 아버지랑 이제 친구들이랑 굉장히 친해졌습니다. 군대를 진작에 갔다 온
Really?
분들이 많아서
Oh, you'd have that in common.
Yeah, bonding experience.
은퇴자분들과
Like in the K dramas we watch, because again, we're Americans, so like we have to go to fictional portrayals to try to have any understanding since we've never lived in South Korea.
Yeah.
But
The guys
they
always like bond over
They're
what
always like,
unit were you
yeah,
in?
where did you serve? And it's almost like in US when you find out that somebody was in the same fraternity as you,
Yeah.
or that somebody went to the same college or high school or
it's
something.
a bonding
and
thing.
and it's been a plot point, remember, where
Yeah.
they'll be like, that's how they'll solve problems, or that people won't do stuff for them, and then they'll be like, wait, where did you serve?
Yeah.
Oh, you're.
Oh,
what
okay,
year did
I'll
were
bend
you
over
there?
backwards
Oh, okay,
for you.
yeah.
이라는 공직자분들과 또 친해질 수 있었던 뜻깊은 시간이었던 것 같고요. 사실 지금 남아있는 또 후임분이 많이 되는데 조금만 버텨서 서로 건강하게 같이 다시 봤으면 좋겠습니다. 그리고 저기 아미분들 너무 기다려주셔서 감사하다고 말씀드리고 싶고요. 다시
Aww.
사회의 뜻의 아름으로서 멋있게 뛰어보도록 하겠습니다. 같이 보살펴 주시고 기다려주신 모든 분들 너무 감사했습니다. 감사합니다.
Aww.
You know, RM came out just as eloquent.
Yes, he did.
When the translations are bad.
And it still comes across.
And by the way,
eloquent.
we're not hating on AP or anything like that. It's literally auto-translated by an algorithm right now. We just
Yeah.
didn't want to wait because we were
We
excited.
want to see him.
But it's still fire. Like
Yes.
even with the bad translations,
I know, he's
you're still
still
getting like the
fire.
RM linguistic flair.
Right?
Oh, we almost got a God of Destruction moment with the mics too.
안녕하십니까. 2군단 지칼부대 쌍용 특임대 병장 김태형
That's so
전역을
cool. He did special
명받았습니다.
forces.
충성!
RM looks so proud too.
일단은 저는 군대 오고 난 후 몸과 마음을 다시 한번 생각하고 잡는 그런 시기였다고 생각합니다. 그리고 저는 지금 제 몸과 마음을 다시 만들었고 하루빨리 아미들에게 달려가고 싶습니다.
Aww.
군대를 아미들한테 정말 감사하고 정말 얘기를 듣고 일단은 조금만 기다려주시면
Yeah.
Seriously, they need to like decompress,
그리고
readjust.
He's already thinking about the live
김남준
show.
경장도 말했다시피 지금 저희 부대에도 많이 챙겨주신 간부님들 또 용사들 아직까지 남아 있는데 다치지 말고 안전하게 훈련해서
It's crazy that you can be like trained as special forces for so quickly,
Such a short period
and
of
to do
time.
it for such a short period of time, and then he becomes an expert, and it's like, okay, now you're gone. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Is that
Yeah,
crazy?
now that you mention it, it
He
is
became
kind of.
an expert in something in a year and a half, and now he's gone.
It's because in U.S., right? Like again,
Yeah.
we're not in the military scene. Like
No.
I haven't served. I don't actually know that many people who have served.
Usually, like
I had some
everybody's
friends at
grandpa
college.
has served, but nobody.
But
Yeah,
that
very-
was because of the draft.
Yeah, very rarely. I know a couple people who went into the army.
Yeah, and I knew some people in college,
Marines, yeah.
but none of my like super close friends served.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I do. I had a friend in the National Guard,
Yeah, that's true.
and that was the
My
closest.
uncle
But he didn't
went in
really
the
talk
Marines.
about it very much, though.
Yeah.
But usually, it's like a career track.
Yeah.
And it's at least like, oh, you're in for like 5 years. I think it's like a 4-year contract.
Yeah.
Minimum. And if I'm wrong, guys, please correct me if you know differently. But it's just weird because I'm like, oh, 4-year minimum. But the people that I knew did at least 2. So they were in for like 8.
Yeah.
And then I know that there's many more people who do it like for a much longer period of time.
Yeah, for a long
and then there's
time.
spec up guys who like that, they run their whole career there.
Yeah, I mean, even we had ROTC people, which are people that got full ride scholarships to college, but you have to then serve for as many years as they paid for college.
Yeah.
So then they would come out and serve for 4 years.
A minimum.
A minimum of 4 years.
But then there's also career it's very interesting seeing how different the systems are.
Yeah.
And I feel like it would be very like bonding to have everybody do it.
Yeah.
It's just such a different system than our system.
하셨으면 좋겠습니다. 정말
I assume dinner means discharge.
군사경찰, 베테랑들인데 정말 간부님들, 용사들 정말 잘 챙겨주셔서 정말 감사하고 저는 사회에 나가서
Their uniforms are very
정말
different.
멋있는
I think they're really
그런
cool.
사람으로 제가
I mean,
열심히
arm to these.
감사합니다.
Oh, yeah.
충성! 그리고 제가 목이 좀 쉬었는데
Oh, no.
뭐 똑같을 것 같은데.
무대죠.
네, 공연이 제일 하고 싶습니다.
They're most excited about performing. That makes sense.
앨범 열심히 만들어서
네,
또 다시 무대로
Album.
그렇습니다.
Already,
Album.
it's crazy.
빨리
무대 복귀 그만하고 무대
만들겠습니다. 감사합니다.
And bear with us, guys, if we're misunderstanding from the translations or anything.
We're just excited to see them.
Comment said, being in the present, right?
Yeah.
Because it's weird to think about. All footage we've seen of RM and V has been from like
A year and a half ago.
at best.
Yeah.
A lot of the footage we've been seeing is like from 2017.
That's true.
Yeah. They haven't gotten to see each other either.
I know.
That's so
It's
cool.
gonna be so good to see each other again.
In my head, since it's hard for me to remember that the members are like in service but not seeing each other.
Yeah. I think it's
Aside from
I think it's so nice that they got to come out together. I bet that helps a lot.
It's crazy seeing them kind of switch back and forth.
Aww.
Especially like V, who's always been able to like turn it on, turn it
He
off.
does.
Now it feels like he can like turn it on, turn it off, turn it on in a different way.
Yes.
Like in a military way. Does that make sense? That was really cool.
That was very wholesome.
That was very. They seemed so
at peace.
at peace.
Right?
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
like centered
Zen.
and very like.
It feels like they went on some journey where they found out who they really are and got to explore a whole new side of them.
Yeah.
Just think about how young they were when they became K-pop stars, and they didn't really have a chance to experience like normalcy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this is normal for the Korean culture, and now they've been part of that.
And that even though there's going to be some aspects of their service that are going to be a little bit different, just
Yeah.
because they are famous.
Yeah.
That's like the thing that they probably are going to get closest to being treated like somebody who's not famous.
Yes.
Like, because yeah, sure, people are going to be like, "Oh, it's so cool to see you." Like,
Yeah.
I'm an army. Like, I'm a fan. It doesn't actually probably change that much about what they're actually doing. Like, guess what? Cool.
They're still
like,
in trouble if they don't do the
somebody
thing.
said like, "I'm a fan of you." They're still eating the same rations. They're
Yeah.
still doing the like their push-ups don't change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
still like cool. You're still running.
Yeah.
You're still got to do your uniform. You still got like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wonder how they'll feel about it. I wonder if it'll be like a time that they'll look back on with fondness.
I think so.
I'm very curious.
Especially if they bonded to their unit.
Yeah.
Which I know it definitely sounds like Jin did.
And
right?
it's RM and V seemed happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, content.
I'll be curious to hear them talk about it more
Yeah.
as time goes on and as
Yeah.
they do interviews. But ready to jump? Let's
Yeah,
go
let's
jump
go.
to JK and Jimin. Dude, security's gonna have these down pat. Hey!
There he is! That smile.
Mischievous, the
cheeky
same
smile.
mischievous. JK looks locked in. Do you see
Yeah.
it? Bop,
He
bop,
has
bop.
a-
Power walk.
Power walk, yeah.
It's so good to see
They're
the
hiding
boys.
behind the flowers. they were in the same unit the whole time.
So they were the only members who actually would like consistently get to see each other.
Yeah. JK is locked in.
Yeah, they are locked in. Wow, they seem kind of like, damn, look at Army.
A little shell-shocked. They're like, what do we
They
do
look
now?
at each other. I bet it's got to be overwhelming, like you were saying, to come out. Like the Discharge is such a massive life event.
Yes.
And then on top of that, to have gone from like not seeing Army at all to seeing so much of Army right then.
Yes, that would,
And
feel
press.
a little
Press.
A little shell-shocked.
Like it would be very different if it was like just Army, but it's also, think about how much, I didn't think about this too, like we always forget because we're removed from the Korean media culture.
Yes.
Like they are expected to be very there's a lot of pressure to like handle the Discharge well.
Yes.
Because they know they're going to be getting scrutinized by the Korean press.
Yeah.
And we didn't think about that. Like
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because again, like for us, we get to see everything through the lens of Army and through the lens of people who love BTS enough to translate it into English.
Yeah.
Or from like BTS official channels who have done the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't see a lot of the negative coverage unless we watch specific documentaries that cover it.
Yeah.
But like they have not.
They live it.
They haven't always gotten treated well by the press. In fact, like they've been treated very poorly.
Yeah,
sometimes.
so there's a lot more pressure. It's not as relaxing. It's
And
not like
it's-
they're going out to a family friend.
Yeah, and which
or
is
just Army.
which is how I feel because, like, to me, right? Because we have a one-way relationship where we're
Yeah.
like, we love the boys. Oh, the boys, they're here. Like, we feel as if we're welcoming them like a family reunion, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we haven't seen you. It's so good to see you, right?
Yeah, but they could be on edge just because of the press.
It's not. There is like some level of hostility because you know that there's some elements of the press, even if a lot of them have switched to being
supportive.
pro BTS. Like you know that they would still love to be able to write a story, like
a
if
negative-
something. Yeah, I didn't think
negative
about that.
sentiment one.
So it's not just like sunshines and rainbows and Army
It's not
and love.
easy. What
Yeah.
they're doing right now, it's not easy. Aww. Jimmy went stone cold.
Yeah. Are their mics picking up or are they picking up the press?
I don't know.
Oh, I think it.
no, bro.
Did it freeze? Is that on our end or is that on the stream? Hold on, because we're still getting audio. Yeah. I think it's there.
they are.
Okay. They live streamed this because they were hyped to get it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit camera shy.
Oh, you know, it'd be kind of weird. Like they're. I bet it would be kind of ritual for them because they're in their military uniforms.
Yeah.
So I bet it's like when I'm in my military uniform, I do these things. I know for me, like when I'm wearing different clothes, I kind of feel like I represent different aspects of my own personality to differing degrees. And I bet it's very different to be like, no, when I'm in these clothes, I do military service.
Yeah.
Like I don't think of myself as an entertainer primarily, maybe.
Yeah,
And
it's
now-
like I'm going to a fancy party in my pajamas.
Yeah, it's
Just like a weird unsettling-
dichotomy because they're like, I haven't gotten my hair and makeup done.
Or like wearing your work uniform to a party.
Or
And you're
something
just like,
like
this
that.
Is, I feel a little.
It'd probably be very
discombobulated.
strange,
Yeah.
right? I didn't think about that.
기분이 약간 휴가를 한 거야. 계속 그려나가던 그림을 앞으로 그려나가면 되지 않을까 싶고 계속 그려나가던 그림을
Wow, it's hard to hear them.
Yeah.
되지 않을까 싶고 계속 그려나가던 그림을 앞으로 그려나가면 되지 않을까 싶고 더 좋은 모습 준비해서 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 그리고 이제 저희보다 이제 먼저 앞서 있었던 선생님들 그리고 우리가 조금 더 일찍 전역한 저희들 그리고 그
Yeah, he's just like decompressing.
너무 감사했다고 말씀드리자면은 정말 군대가 사실 처음이었는데 사실 되게 쉽지는 않은 곳이었던 것 같습니다.
Oh.
Oh, like their physical location was tough.
힘들고 쉽지 않은 곳이었지만 같이 고생하고 밥 먹고 밖에서 잠도 자고 하면서
Ate and slept outside.
Wow.
Dang.
되게 많은 일들이 있었는데 그걸 이제 차차 저희가 정리를 해서 재밌게 라이브에서 풀어드리고 하겠습니다. 되게 감사한 추억들 가슴에 안고 오랫동안 같이 하도록 하겠습니다.
I bet it's bittersweet.
마지막으로 한 말씀만 드리자면은 이제 국민 여러분들께 감히 말씀드리자면은 저희가 군대를 와 보니까 되게 쉽지 않은 곳이었던 것 같아요. 옆에 고생하시는 분들도 너무 많고 해서 혹시 괜찮으시면은 길 지나가다가 군인분들 한번 보게 되시면은 가볍게라도 따뜻한 말이라도 해주시면은 너무 영광이.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Aw.
추가로 못하니
That's so sweet.
so
That's so
thoughtful.
kind.
저희가 많이 풀도록 하겠습니다.
They keep looking at each other, dude.
I know.
They're just both look because they serve together.
I
so like you
know.
can tell that they know
They're bonded
they,
deeply.
they
now.
know so much of the things that like I bet like Jimin would know what JK wants to share and
Yeah.
and JK knows some of the things. It's like it's funny. It's gonna be like hearing stories from your friends who went on a trip. Or
Yeah.
something.
감사합니다.
It'll also be interesting because none of the other members will have somebody who can be like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's not
Wait,
what
hold
happened.
on. That'll be so, and it's so funny because I feel like JK and Jimin's relationship already.
We'll do that.
They'll like tease each other about that type of stuff too. Like that. I'm so interested to hear everybody talk about it.
I
I hope that they do, especially when Suga's out, I hope they do like a sit down with
That'd be
everybody, kind of like a
awesome.
podcast.
know. Yeah.
Man, it's crazy when, seeing how polished everyone is with like their salutes
I know
and their
they're
stances.
on point.
I mean, they're trained to be, right?
Yeah. That was
The other one
crazy.
felt like it was a little bit
Aw.
more, it was like on a tennis court with RM and V.
Yeah.
And it felt like that was sort of structured. This one it feels like it's like, I don't know if it's just how they're miking in the audio.
Yes.
It feels more overwhelming as a viewer,
It feels
doesn't it?
overwhelming. I don't know why. I don't know if there was more space or it's just where they're choosing to do it, but this one feels,
Or like maybe just where the discharge literally took place.
yeah, this one feels more stressful.
It could just be because they didn't have the mics positioned as
Close, yeah.
Or it might have just been again factors like the mics might have just not been positioned, and they might have been picking up more crowd noise.
Yeah.
But it really did give you a sense of like, wow, this is crazy.
I know.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, they've really articulated. Oh, it's so good though to see them back.
I'm so glad we got to see the discharge. I'm so glad we got to see the boys. If there's any other content, we really wanted to go fast on this one, and we didn't want to, because sometimes we have to wait a few days in order to
Yeah.
get like really good translations.
Yeah.
But if there is any other content that you guys would like to see us react to around the discharges, around talking about their experiences, please let us know. We'd love to react to it. I think if we're going to be talking at longer links though, we would prefer to wait until like good translations are out, because
Yeah.
we want to be respectful to the boys and what they're really trying to say.
Yeah.
And that's
But
as-
here we were just antsy.
yeah,
we
here
couldn't
we
wait
were
to
just
see
excited
them.
to react to the actual discharges themselves. But
Yeah,
we're so
see the
happy
boys
for the
for the
boys.
first time.
Congratulations, RM. Congratulations, V. Congratulations, Jimin. Congratulations, JK. We're so happy for you guys and so proud of you guys.
So proud.
And we love you, Army, and we're Army, and we're just so excited. I'm so pumped. And I'm so excited for Suga as well.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird, because, like, I don't know. I sort of, in my mind, I was imagining a very gradual, like, drip.
Yeah, but
drip.
it's not. It's all one. I'm like tearing up just a tiny bit. I don't know. It's just really cool to have
I'm-
them all back.
Well, like they said, like this is not an easy thing. Like, and we don't have a huge appreciation for what it means, because we don't have this as a part of our culture, but like I'm just trying to imagine. I mean, if one of my friends was like, "Hey Wesley, I'm gonna go join the military," I'd be like, "Whoa, like that's big." I mean,
a big deal.
Just going through boot camp, that's really
tough.
and
that's hard. That's
like,
not easy.
I would be excited for them, and then once they finish their service, I would be very proud of them. You know what I mean?
For everything.
So I think that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whoa,
like that way about a friend almost.
That's really, really cool. I'm so proud of you for doing that. I'm so proud of you for going through something that's difficult,
completing it, and with the additional challenges of being a superstar.
Yeah, and
and
that's something that like I don't even know how to quantify.
Yeah,
like I don't even know. Like I'm sure that makes your life easier in some ways, but I'm sure it also makes your life harder in some ways. Because like in a U.S., I kind of know how it would go.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that would be the same way that would go in South Korea, but in U.S. it would be like,
a little more hazing.
Yeah, they'd be like, you get extra attention, right,
Yeah.
from drill sergeant, and they'd be like, oh yeah, you think you're hot shit? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how it would also go.
Yeah, I don't know if that carries over there.
I have no idea. But I'm just glad. I'm glad that they seem. It was interesting seeing how differently RM and V kind of like their energy was versus Jimin and JK.
Yeah.
And it's just like
they were
everybody
very different.
But everybody's gonna have different like.
Yeah.
Different and even like we were saying, the setting felt very different, and that's going to influence how everything goes. Also, RM had a saxophone, which completely changes the vibe too.
I feel like I'm impatient for them to get back and make more music and do performances and go on tour and everything like that. But I do want them to settle in and feel comfortable and not be rushed and to do it at their own pace, whether that's fast or slow.
Whatever pace they want, because I know like Jin wanted to hit the ground running.
He did.
He wanted to like start making content, and who knows?
He wanted to hug 1,000 people.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
They might want to. Like they might. It sounds like all of them. Well, RM and V specifically were mentioning how like they really want to get an album out, or at least work on the album. They really want to get do a live, right? And I can understand it because they always have talked about how they are able to connect so viscerally with Army in the live shows specifically, right?
I wonder how much RM has written in his all of them, how much they've written and made in their downtime.
Even if it's here, right?
And it's all like been bottling up, and now it's going to be explosive.
I'm really curious.
I feel that way when I have like a project, like a design project or a story that's in my head, or I've like dabbled in it, and then I finally get the chance to work on it, and it's just like I want to go
cascade, boom. I feel that way about like creative pursuits I've never even done. Like, oh yeah, this would be an interesting book, or oh yeah, this would be an interesting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I can't imagine if you're like a legitimate actual artist,
and
how much you would have backlog.
Yeah.
I'm curious as well because they've talked about their creative process as BTS sometimes.
Yeah.
And their creative process as BTS is very different than their creative process as individuals. Mm-hmm. So I'm really curious like what form that creation is going to take. And are they going to have a wave of individual solo projects?
Yeah.
Or are they going to focus on doing a BTS project first because the members are out and maybe they want to like have that plant the flag like, hey baby, we're back. Like BTS is back.
And they want to like take a real stance and say, hey, we are a group.
We are
unit. Still here together.
Yeah.
Don't forget about us.
We are bulletproof.
Yeah, exactly.
Part 3. But I'm very curious just because
it could go either way.
They've also said like they're very cognizant of only writing music as a group that they feel is representative of how all of the members feel. And so that looks very different than the subjects that they cover on the individual music.
And they need time to reconnect. They are different people than they were going in, I'm sure.
I'm curious if like there will be similar parallel experiences that they've all had in service that they might want to capture as a unit.
I bet.
So because they've always said that like there will be unique things that were not gonna be like J-Hope will have experiences that Jin didn't have and that Jimin didn't have, and et cetera, et cetera. But I bet they will all have shared experiences. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if those things will be the things that they draw from on the album.
They can make some songs about army food.
Rations. MREs. But I'm just pumped. Like you said, I hope that they go as fast or as slow as they want. And I hope that they don't feel pressure from record label or from Army to go at any other pace than what they would prefer. And I hope that each member gets to do that because I could also see like each member wanting different paces. Yeah. And I hope that each member is able to have those paces
so that they don't feel resentful.
And they're or even just uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, yeah.
Like I hope that they get to do whatever speed they'd like.
Here's my guess. because they were so hyped and excited to go on their performance and the world tour that they were never able to do, and now they're finally all coming back together, I would bet money, and I bet that they missed it because they love performing. They love what they do.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised at all once they're all back that they're going to try and go on tour as quickly as they can, because I think they crave and miss that, and they did all the planning already and they never had a chance
and
to
they've been
execute.
apart from Army so long.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
ultimately,
just my hypothesis.
We're just
I don't
rooting
know.
for the boys, and we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so hyped, and we'll see you next time. So,
Bye.